Hello, Mr. Leo.
Hello, how's it going?
Good, good. I feel like I'm talking to a celebrity.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
I was,
I randomly ran across your TikTok video and it caught my attention because I've been, licensed for over 30 years. And my wife, as I mentioned in the text message or the message, my wife and son recently just got their license. And what caught my attention is your brand differentiation, specifically when it came to that roofing company that you were dealing with that stubborn guy that was just not getting it. So,
mhm. um, I'm not sure that I would call him stubborn, and
oh, okay.
that's all I'm gonna say. Please watch part 2 and 3. And by the way, TikTok has put me in TikTok jail again for the eighth time because the
Oh,
last 5 videos that I posted are not showing up. So we'll see what happens.
oh.
By the way, where do you live, George?
I live in Ventura County. I'm actually based out of, I live in the city of Ventura here in I guess it's just south of the Central Coast, Santa Barbara area,
Okay. In California.
California. Yes.
Okay, got it. So you've been licensed for a while. Are you residential or commercial?
So, I'll give you a little bit of a background. I actually have spent the last 10, 15 years in management. So I went from managing four real estate branches for Century 20, excuse me, for Coldwell Banker. 2 years ago, I was hired on by a franchise owner of Century 21. So I help him manage about 40 branches across the state of California. About a hundred, about we I took the company from 1,800 agents to down to 1,500 with the intent of just keeping the producing agents. Um, and I have a background in escrow, but mostly in management. So I'm trying to help transition into adding real estate sales, and um, I have a lot of theoretical experience. I do put roughly about 6 to 7 transactions a year, but I don't really have the wherewithal to market myself. But now that I'm building that team with my wife and son, I'm really exploring other ways to be able to build that business, focusing on residential listings. I do have a commercial. I do have commercial experience, residential commercial, and then we also have a discipline of selling businesses as well. So if somebody wants to sell a small business, may that be a liquor store or a multi-million dollar business such as a towing company and so forth, we have that experience as well.
Okay. Is that something you're promoting, the business side of the business, selling businesses?
No, I have not because it's something that I just received. I'm the type of person that likes to be certified before I start promoting something. And I just, completed that certification process. We partnered up with a company called Business Advisors,
Okay.
or based out of the Bay Area.
Okay.
So is my goal to expand the business side
Okay.
promotions.
Well, here are 3 ways we can help you or work together. And by the way, I used to go into Remax offices, and we started, this was a number of years ago, also A. LePage offices to go in to help individual real estate agents grow their sales by using social media.
Okay.
And that was fairly successful for a while. Then it got busy with doing other stuff, but I still believe it's a great program. So if you're still managing those 1,500 agents, maybe that's something we can talk about to help them. Because if we can help 1,500 agents increase their listings or their sales by 10%, you're going to look like a hero for your company. So that's
Right.
one way we can have that conversation. The second way is a lot of my clients, when we design the business blueprint, we always design an exit strategy within 3 to 5 years. So they're always looking to sell these businesses, and a lot of my clients are in the US. Um, so that's the second way. And the third way is we can definitely help you create that team, that you're looking to create by attracting, high producing agents, but also help them in terms of exposure. For example, the last 10 videos that I posted, if they ever get posted, the new ones, the last 10 received 20 million views. Okay. So if we were, and we teach a class every Wednesday on how to duplicate those strategies. Okay. So those are the three ways we can help you, and certainly getting exposure is, or creating systems to get exposure, to build trust relationships, to start conversations. Those conversations lead to trust, and from trust you can sign contracts.
Mhm. Yes, yeah, I have signed up to that methodology. I just need help on how to be able to articulate it better.
Okay.
Uh, uh, I'm interested in, in both, helping my agents, to learn how to do this. You mentioned something which is very important for us. The real estate business, as you may know, the average age of a real estate practitioner is close to retirement age,
Oh,
and they have really created strategies on how to sell their book of business. And that's something that I'm very interested in helping them build as well. Obviously, that would be a total different segment. And then those that have been doing real estate for more than 15 years, how do you build that business so it can actually become, a sellable business? So,
yeah. Well, see, most real estate agents are not businesses, right?
well,
They're
they don't operate it as such, right?
right. They're employed, right? They're slaves to their own businesses. They turn their business into a job.
Okay,
So I,
yeah,
I believe in the group mentality or the team mentality. Then that way you have quality of life, or at least a little bit of quality of life. But it again, whether they're real estate agents or they're a business or they're a team, you have to get in front of at least 1 million, 2 million, 5 million future potential clients. And I truly believe in creating an unfair advantage, right? Because most real estate agents are doing the same thing. Here's
right.
my latest listing, or here's what's happening. And nobody cares, right? Nobody cares until you show you care about them,
Mm.
right? So, but, and we also forget there's two types of trust. There's online trust and there's real world trust. And both of them have to go hand in hand. You have to do both, or else your online efforts go flat to a great extent, right? And that's why we use truck wraps with wow factor to say, hey, we are here, we are part of your community, we shop at the same grocery stores you do, we go to the same restaurants you do, our kids in the same little league games as you, we go to the same church as you do. And that's why these wow wrap trucks should be seen everywhere. And that's how you can do 3 million, $5 million worth of sales by creating those strategies.
So you're talking about actually the physical wrapping of a vehicle to advertise. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And we've done
Mhm.
that for mortgage brokers, home inspectors, real estate agents, roofing companies, etc.
Okay. It's interesting. There's not very many people that have actually. I mean, I can count with my hand how many people in Ventura County are driving around with a wrapped vehicle
Well,
with it.
right. I'm not necessarily suggesting that you drive around, but you hire retirees to drive them around. Um, let me share my screen. And to give you an example, our roofing company, it's not here as an example, but our roofing company hires retirees on 2 hour or 4 hour shifts to drive these things around on major highways. And we get between 14 and 20 leads per day. Okay. And the average sale is $16,000 for the roofing company.
That's an interesting, I didn't even think about that, of having someone driving a vehicle for hire just to create awareness.
Yeah. I mean, there's really three major campaigns. The online campaign, the real world campaign with truck wraps, and we tried to use Mercedes Sprinter vans to create that wow factor. If you notice, there's a speaker system. We've moved it underneath the van. So we create pre-recorded messages. We use Trump's voice, and we use a number of different voices to create those strategies. And we create like traffic trivia. It sounds like it's live, but we don't want to be pulled over by the police saying, "Hey, you should be focusing on driving." And they say, "No, it's pre-recorded." But it sounds like it's live, and the announcer will say, we'll ask questions, and we'll say, "For dinner for two at this restaurant, who can name this?" Right? And then the announcer says, "Yes, the gray Audi behind me. You have the correct answer. Thank you for calling our office. You can please give us your address. We'll send you the gift certificate for dinner for two for at this restaurant." So we have partner restaurants that offer these, and you're creating traffic trivia in the middle of traffic. And that's how we get between 14 and 20 leads per day.
So, one of the other reasons why this has caught my attention, or you have caught my attention, is that I have actually helped about 12 individuals become contractors. People that, used to do work for me when I used to flip, buy and flip homes, from the plumber to landscaper to a painter. These guys, even a flooring company. And I'm also interested in creating a referral network where these individuals, if I help them with, I increase their business, that they can actually refer back business to me. What are your thoughts about that?
Oh, absolutely. You are describing what we call trusted circles. Real estate agents should have at least 50 or 100 people in their trusted circle, because you always want to be in the position, no matter what conversation you're in. I know a guy, right? He's number 56 on our spreadsheet. I just sent you the spreadsheet. And meanwhile, have a look at the other ones that might help you as well. You want interior designers, you want home inspectors, you want a roofing guy to fix a leak, you want painters, and so on. So that's what we call trusted circles. And when you start sharing that spreadsheet, trusted circle, that sheet gets around to about 100,000 people per year, because everybody's sharing that spreadsheet.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And you'll find that it's easier to promote people on your trusted circle than it is to promote yourself, because now they're promoting you. They're saying, if you want the top real estate agent that really took care of me the last time, call George. He's number 20 on my trusted circle.
So obviously you would, well, not obviously, you're suggesting that we insert ourselves somewhere in between versus us being on the top as.
Yeah, because when you stand on the soapbox and say, "I'm the best real estate agent, I'm the best at this, best at that," people are going to say, "Who the fuck cares? You're lying. I don't believe you." But if 20 other people say that, that's a whole other level, right?
So tell me about this. I think you referred to it as differentiation, where you use
branding and differentiation to create an unfair advantage.
But you have, like, how does that work in real estate? We are under the Century 21 brand. We have to use that brand by law because of our affiliation for DRE in Department of Real Estate purposes. Obviously, if this is something that is on a paid consultation, by all means, I'm interested in exploring that. But how does that concept? I can see how it works on a plumbing company or a roofing company or a construction company, but how does it work with real estate?
Well, it's the same thing. Again, you should not be promoting yourself, right? You should not be promoting yourself. You're promoting the result of the efforts and the changing of the lifestyle that you have an effect on your clients' lives. Okay, so it's the result of result that you're really promoting. So technically, I mean, you could call it promoting yourself, but you're emphasizing the results that your clients get or receive,
Okay.
right? And I can be more, I can go into more detail once we have that, right? We've been doing this for 40 years, and every time we find that differentiation. I'm not saying that I have answers for you right now because I don't.
Right,
But
right. No,
that differentiation usually happens within 3 or 6 months of
okay.
brainstorming.
Okay. I understand. So I think that, so one of the things that makes me cringe is when real estate agents promote themselves as to I got this top price for the home. In reality, it was the market that did that. There was
Right.
nothing that did. But in this, like for example, I have an example. I helped the successor trustee of a property be able to sell their property by helping them navigate the cleaning out of the property, for example, and it was presented to the market as a move-in ready home. So I just have to explore ways of how to be able to promote that result that turned into maybe even an endorsement from that client, right? Hey, there's this guy helped me sell my mom's house and it was painless or something like that.
Yeah. We work with a real estate agent that specializes in estate sales.
Mm-hmm.
So we helped him create an auction type site because now you need to get rid of all this furniture, you need to clean up the house. A lot of times, these people are hoarders and you've got all this mess and somebody needs to clean it up. So he's got a team to do that and to sell each piece of furniture at an auction price. And he gets a lot of business from those auctions. So that could be part of the differentiation. But there's 20 different things you can do to really differentiate yourself above your competition. But it has to be real. People have to see it as real, right?
Yeah,
It can't be just smoke and mirrors.
yeah. So the differentiation. So yes, the demographics. I just did. Real estate people are listing their homes for sale. The majority of the property that are listing, and I kind of give you some numbers as to the Ventura County demographics. Specifically in Ventura, where we live, average sales price, we're looking at an average, of $800 a square foot. The majority of the people that are actually listing their homes for sale, these are people that have already reached the retirement age, and they're just they're either retiring or moving out of state. So we don't see a lot of younger families listing their homes for sale. So
Right.
that's an um, I would like to focus on. So
Yeah. Well, if you're moving people out of state, then, a moving company that you trust should be part of your trusted circle, right? You want to make sure that the whole process is seamless. And because you give this moving company a lot of business, they're going to take extra care with your people. So that could be part of it, but still not quite there yet.
excellent. Going back to your original offer of, your value proposition of helping our 1,500 agents. How would that work? Do we create some sort of a, because I have a weekly meeting, for the whole company. We only have about 100 people that show up, and I really would like to be able to create um, an opportunity for them to hear more about social media strategies that would be able to help them increase their business by 10-15%. Um, what programs do you do, or how does that work? How do we structure that?
Okay, well, there's a number of different ways we can do that. I was being paid by each broker to go in and educate them because they saw direct benefit by increasing sales.
Right.
But if you wanted, we could come in for, 3 minutes or 5 minutes each meeting to present a case study or to present an idea. and ask them to join my mentor group, where they would pay $44 a month to go to the next step, to get hands-on hand-holding training for that. Or I would teach half-hour classes in strategies, and again, hold their hand every day or once a week, whatever that is, to make sure they're actually doing what they're supposed to do. Because what I find is, with the history filters, what they hear and what they do are never the same.
Yeah, two different things.
Yeah. So because they hear me say never sell, then when they start creating content, they
There's
start selling, right? And that's the worst thing you can do. That's the fastest way to push someone away, right? So it's making sure that what I'm saying, what they're doing is in line or exactly the same. So, I mean, we can design something and, 100 out of 1,500, that's horrible. They don't see value in that. So I think if we add more value and make sure that they actually get something out of your meetings, makes sense, because they could be seeing this as, oh, this is another way for management to control me. And that's why I'm going to avoid those meetings like the plague.
right, right.
So they have to see those meetings as a tool to help them.
Yeah, I'll need some help on that too, because it's just, we spend so much energy and, putting that together and, with less than 8% attendance, so, which is very frustrating.
Yeah. So you might get a better result if it was done outside of the meeting. All right. I'm just spitballing here, but it might be better to get maybe 50% to join, by saying, we are thinking about hiring a consultant to come and help us, increase our sales by 10%. Here is his TikTok link. Have a look at it. You tell me what you think. Should we proceed with this conversation?
Okay. So, what would be our, roughly our contribution towards your participation and helping, or is it just the 40, getting people to join in for the $45 a month?
It could be that, or I could create a special course specifically for your people to do exactly that, to help increase average sales by 10%, which I think is pretty realistic. I will ask people to sign up, because if they sign up, I'm going to need minimum effort, or else you're going to be booted off the group, because I don't want anybody screwing up my numbers. So if they commit to join the class, they're going to perform. If they perform, if they try, I will bend over backwards to make sure they're successful. If they come in with excuse after excuse after excuse, Leo, I couldn't do it, I had no time, bullshit, you're out. Okay. But if they commit, I will bend over backwards to make sure that, they are successful. And the problems we are going to get is fear, shyness, and a few other problems that we deal with on the daily basis. So we have solutions for that as well.
Okay. Well, your time is very valuable, and I appreciate you spending those 30 minutes with me so far. I'm interested in pursuing this a little bit further.
Schedule another meeting with your team or whoever you feel are your right-hand people. Let's get to the next step. Here's a question for you. Are you okay if I post this video?
Oh, absolutely. That's perfectly fine. I wish I would have known, because I was a little bit too relaxed.
That's why I didn't ask at the beginning, because I wanted you to be relaxed.
Well, if you see any value, you have my full permission, sir.
Okay. You have my calendar link. Please schedule another meeting. Now that I know who you are, when you schedule another meeting, please give me your website, any marketing material, anything you have that you feel I should know. I should know everything, by the way. And keep in mind, I'm a management consultant. We help companies to fix their profit leaks. use the advantages they should have that they don't always have. And if you have 1,500 people, that's 1,500 people that should be using your social media to get you to 20 million followers. Okay?
Yeah. So yes, I'm very very interested in this, and yes, I will be very vulnerable and show you the company website and my personal website. And I think that there's just a lot of missed opportunities. Again, I'm interested in doing both, building my teams or the company's production, and then also helping my personal production to increase. And then also the other thing that I didn't even speak about is attracting producing agents to the company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when they start seeing these types of videos and they start seeing the competitive advantage where they're going to make more money by using these strategies, you will have people.
Okay, excellent. So I'm going to go ahead and start out by sharing your TikTok link to my vice president. I serve as the president of the company with my vice president and then my CFO, which is our three core people. And then obviously the owner, he goes with whatever we want to do. So,
Okay. So
all right.
I look forward to having a meeting with that team of people, and we'll talk again soon. Thanks, George.
Thank you, Leo. Take care.
Take care. Bye.